low pop.
It's 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm sitting all alone. Nighttime man makes me shiver, I can feel it in my bones. So won't you come back, baby? Should've never walked away. And I will keep on waiting for a better day. Sitting all alone. Nighttime man makes me shiver, I can feel it in my bones. So won't you come back, baby? Should've never walked away. And I will keep on waiting for a better day. Just give me one chance, one dance. I fought off my anxiety to walk up to your body. Ask, take my hand to the dance floor, girl. Ask, pull on tight for me, girl. I feel alive. Your touch got me hypnotized, but I'll read between the lines. Your eyes don't tell a lie, don't lie. I ask, take my hand to the dance floor, girl. I ask, hold on tight for the night, girl. I ask, take my hand to the dance floor, girl. I ask, hold on tight for the night, girl.
What's going on, people? It is Whisk Killer Wisp, B.o.P Gaming, and
what's up, Outlandish?
Yes, sir. We are here, episode 51, redo, okay? Because you don't want to have a whole order of like episodes and just skip and be like, what is that? A lost episode? Yeah. But it is a redo, guys. Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Yep, I'll take that off too. Thank you for pointing that out. Hit the notification bell to get notified. 7:30 p.m. every Tuesdays. We are here live, and then I will mute that, and I have this, so everybody can hear us this time around.
Yeah, so we want to make sure.
So we got that situated. A quick little sorry for the inconvenience for last week. There was a personal issue that I had to attend to, unfortunately. So Outlandish was holding down the fort.
I
for the
tried.
Next 10 minutes, and he tried, and thank you for that. But we had to cut that short. So now we are back at it for this, but that's why you see the episode, same episode. Shouts out to TikTok family. They're here in live as well. So we're going to go ahead and mute that for the picture. And then we're going to go and change it to the first topic. But before we hit the first topic, what are you playing?
Currently, I didn't have a chance. I was busy with work and all that. I was like very busy, so I was like, didn't get a chance to play anything this week. But I know you was though.
Yes, I actually I played Battlefield. I'm now getting hip to Battlefield. The new season came out, so now
How is the new season?
It's good. I like it. I'm playing Breakthrough. We got hit with some.
Is it a drastic
conquest.
difference? Was it worth the wait?
No, it gives me now because when I played Battlefield 5, it was like they had it called Tides of War, and it gives you it's like a whole map, like objectives, a whole breakdown of objectives. You need to do this, and then and then depending on how you get the main gun, you'd have to do certain things to do. Now that's gone. Now it's all season. So you get a season 1. You have a whole 100 tiers, and you just gotta level up to get these. So now I have something to look forward to when they have certain missions to gain more experience to get the season pass. So it's just like Fortnite, Call of Duty, and all that stuff, which is good for Battlefield.
Yeah,
but
it was a long time coming though, because remember people had it was delayed. It It finally came out after what, 6 months after the game came out? More than that?
Yep. So now I'm finally back at it. It does look really good. I now have, I can actually snipe. So that's good.
Okay, that's good.
So I'm having fun with it, and hopefully keep having fun with it. I'm going to try to live stream too. I'm going to try to do it right on the phone.
Oh, that'd be good.
5G.
People like to see that.
Powered by T-Mobile. If it works, and then we should go from there. That's the music that I got to go.
Oh, okay.
It's not playing in the music, but it's still playing in the background, but I got to stop it, so that's good. Cool. So, our first topic, right? And this cut outlandish. Usually he's the news guy.
Yeah,
he
this
does
one
all the notes and all that stuff.
Yeah, because
I got something.
Yeah, because I was like, what? What? I'm like, okay, I'll let you talk about this.
So as you see here, guys, Sony and Honda. The first thing you think about Sony, you could say pictures. Movies.
The Sony movies.
Right.
Of course, they have the systems, of course.
Right?
They have TVs. They
Right.
have their
So
TVs. They have sound systems, I think, too.
yes, so sound systems, movies, and then you see Honda. What's the first thing you think about when you see the name Honda?
Honda Civic.
Or generators.
Or generators, too.
So,
the first thing I thought was
If you're a
Honda Civic.
NASCAR fan, it's but you think Honda, you think vehicles, you think cars.
Yeah, cars. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Sony just announced a partnership, strategic joint venture with Honda.
Partnership?
To venture. More than a partnership, it's a venture. It's a company. They made a company.
Okay. So they're going in on this one.
Yes, to push a new initiative for Honda vehicles with Sony technology. Now makes you wonder, what does that mean?
Are they going to add PlayStation to the cars or something?
Let me find out.
Because first of all, that's not safe.
If you put on the car and it goes PlayStation, I'm sold.
Well,
I
first
will
of
trade in all
well,
vehicles
first
to
of all,
get
that's
me a
not
Honda.
safe.
No. When I put on my car, it goes choom 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 for an intro. Imagine you put on Honda, go PlayStation, done. I'm sold.
As long as you don't get as they don't let you play the system when you're driving.
Okay, so
that's bad.
Before we start the brainstorm, let's talk about. You're talking about gameplay while driving. No, that's terrible. But okay,
that's what I was thinking.
Let's break it down. So they put a joint venture for Sony and Honda to create a car. It could be self-driving now with all this.
It's probably going to be an electric car, most likely.
More than likely, it's going to be electric. It's probably going to be an electric car.
Especially with Sony, because Sony's very electronic.
And Sony's going for the technology base. So Honda's going to create the car. Sony's going to have the ideas for some of the exterior, but most interior.
I hope it looks good.
I really hope it does.
Because some Hondas look good. I'm not the biggest fan of the Civic.
I don't like how their engine sounds now. They're because it's always a little clicking sound. You feel like something's wrong with your car, but it's not. It's just how the engine runs.
Well, Honda's supposed to last you a while.
Honda, Toyota, Nissan.
They last you a while anyway.
Those last.
But I will be honest, Hondas, I'm not the biggest fan of how they look. That's just me personally.
CRVs look good. The Civics look good. They got a nice little muscle body. But where Sony and Honda into one makes you wonder, what do you mean? Because now you think about Sony, it could just very well be movies. You got a good infotainment system that looks like a PlayStation
good sound
5
system, because Sony is known for their sound
a good
systems.
sound system.
Yeah.
And then like and
Sony
then-
has music too. So
Yep. So you can have Sony premium audio. You have a Sony PlayStation 5 type of infotainment system. You could have a Sony platform store, Sony Entertainment, so you can buy stuff.
So I'm assuming this will probably have some fancy screens and stuff.
It should, or like a big old infotainment system. But here's the thing. We need to brainstorm because we're talking all this Sony audio movies. What about PlayStation? This is why it's in our gaming podcast, because what better way to include a Honda where all the people that love Sony but love their gaming could be in a Honda?
But gaming while driving, that's not safe.
No. Themes.
Oh,
Hear me out.
okay.
You have a regular car. I have a regular car. Now EVs have more room to put doohickeys in your car.
Well, yeah.
They now show off more elegant
Because they don't have to worry
introductions
about
when you
gas
start.
or anything. It's all electronic.
Yeah.
So.
So you'll put there's like technology you can put in when you start the car. It does little welcoming chimes to greet you in, because it's a whole new experience of an EV, right? That's how they try to make you. That's how they want to make you feel, right?
Yeah.
Because of that, what if they could put custom themes based on PlayStation games into your car when you start? To put it into perspective, when I get into my car, I have a Leaf and I have a Bolt. The Leaf, put it on, it goes boom, ding, ding, boom, bing, 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 boom. It's cool. It's like, all right, fool, you're cool. With the Bolt, it has that type of introduction, and then the information, where you see the miles per hour and all that jazz right in the front.
Yeah.
It shows like stars and like the Bolt logo, and then it goes into the main screen, and it changes and it says Bolt. So it gives you an introduction of what the car is. So it goes doom 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 boom doom boom, and then your car starts. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
With the Sony, when I put that car on, do you know how excited I would be if bow and I start my car? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? What if Horizon, you hit the quote and it shows the artwork of her with her voice acting from the game to put it in the car? Are you kidding?
That would be interesting. I'll say that.
duh.
That would definitely be interesting.
Great, because when dude, from driving up and down, going to work, doing errands, you're always in your car.
Well, yeah.
You got, instead of just being in the car and dealing with gas prices, why don't you feel good in it?
Well, obviously, this is probably not going to happen for a while, right?
They're saying by next year they're going to have a concept
Really?
with the infotainment system. Yeah, this is
Oh.
apparently
I didn't
this
think how
has been
quick
in
this.
talk.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know how quick this was.
So by
going.
2025 they'll have it on sale. But as far as the technology of the car and the
I'm just
trim
curious
and-
how it's going to look. That's what I'm curious.
It's a Honda car.
Well,
It's
I
gonna
know,
be a
but I'm
Honda
just
car.
kind of curious. Like,
Yeah.
I
Will
mean,
it be a new trim? We don't know.
Exactly.
Will it be like CRV-E, or will it be a Honda Civic E or Honda Accord E? Because the E, and it'll be included with the Sony. Who knows? I think it's going to be a separate, what do you call it? A separate trim, because it will have specific Sony infotainment.
You mean like how like Chevy did their bolts or like something?
Yeah, like the Blazer, the Bolt, and then the Bolt EUV, which I seen the Bolt EUV. It doesn't look. It looks like the same car, just a little longer, but it doesn't. I don't know why.
Well, because people wanted a bigger vehicle.
When you see the car, you can be like, I just should have got a Bolt. It's literally, I parked next to one, and it's literally the same size. Like, there's no difference. Like, if you got a
Yeah,
Civic,
because pretty much if I'm going to get an electric vehicle, me personally, I want to make sure it's at least the same size as my Rogue.
then you need SUV. That's a Nissan Ariya or Chevy Blazer.
No, I want an electronic one. That'll be my next one. I want an electric vehicle. But it
No,
has
a
to
Blazer.
be
They're
a
coming out with the
same
Blazer.
size.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Chevy Blazer is Chevy Blazer EV, Chevy Silverado EV, and a Chevy Bolt and the Bolt EUV. Don't get the Bolt EUV. You would say it's ugly. My car is not appealing. So when you look at my car and go, ugh. You look at the EUV and be like, ugh.
Like I said,
It's the same
I
deal.
just want to make sure it has the same because I'm not going to give up space because
Yeah.
I want electronics.
No, you would get either
because I
a-
go to conventions. I need
You
that
need
space.
that space. You would get the Chevy Blazer or the what did I just say recently? What did I just say to you? Oh, a Nissan Ariya.
All right,
Yeah.
All right.
But anywho, or maybe Sony comes out with a Honda by the time you want it. They'll come up with one.
Who
but
knows?
yeah, Sony Entertainment said that's a unique partnership. Think about all the things you could do besides the theme. You could have all the just like PlayStation 5. Well, PlayStation 4 because PlayStation 5 doesn't have it yet. But PlayStation 4, you can just download any themes you want. Your whole entire PlayStation 4 is customized. Remember? I put it on my PS4. The first thing goes dum 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 dum. Right? Mm-hmm. Imagine having that in the car.
It would be pretty awesome, I will say.
Unique, right?
That'll definitely wake you up.
Yeah, right.
That'll get you pumped for your work, right?
Yeah. Or any shift, any noise. The turn signal could be any instead of going ding ding ding. It could be just something that you want. Yeah, right. What's another one? I'm thinking about a Final Fantasy one because they have materials and different stuff. So they what was it? No, when you use phonics down. Remember how you use phonics down?
Yeah.
The old school Final Fantasy VII one.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sweet. Or navigation if it has navigation in it.
That would be pretty cool.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Or Horizon or God of War if you want to be that guy. So I'm just freestyling, but it's a unique partnership, something to look into, something to look forward to because they created this joint venture.
Well,
so
honestly, like when it comes out, or at least we can see the concepts of it, I'm kind of curious what the concept's going to be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a car, like a traditional EV car.
Oh, like a sedan type of thing?
No, like the one I have, like a small one.
Oh,
they
like
might
that.
have a big one, like
Something
a sedan
like that,
or SUV. Because SUVs in the States is the go-to car.
Oh, everyone buys SUV.
You see what Jeeps did.
Literally,
Jeep
my
used to be a
dealership-
Jeep Wrangler. Now it's Jeep Grand Cherokee, and everybody has it.
Literally, my dealership, we stopped making sedans. It's all SUVs and trucks now.
Right? That's
And
crazy.
just the Mach-E, which is our
Yeah.
only like Mustang one.
Yeah.
But that's it. Everything's either SUVs or trucks.
But yeah, consider if you were to get one, if you're going to go for EV and you're a Sony fan, you can wait on a Honda and see what they're going to come out with because it is official. So that was unique.
Kind of curious about that. Yeah, definitely.
Now we have what's one here? Huh. All right, let's go about letting you guys.
I'll have you
know.
start off with that. Then I'll talk
Yeah.
about the
Yep.
games. Go ahead.
So now we have what's called. You see the controllers, and the controllers look great and fantastic.
The dead system.
Called Stadia. Okay, Stadia is dead, and I only put this on it because now most of the social media is showing. You should have put that in tags when you did Twitter, so they can go ahead and chime in.
I
To
didn't
Twitter,
yeah.
Oh boy, I'll tell you later. We're talking about his dentist, man. Anywho, so I just wanted to tell y'all that is dead.
Yes, it is.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I had to say it one more time so you guys can understand.
It's pretty much like dead. Everyone is saying it's dead.
And it's funny, I don't hear any of them anymore. They don't tag. They don't push. I remember he was going to follow me all around until
yeah, what
I'll
happened?
follow all of that. No.
What happened?
And I don't say much. It just he's the petty one. But I'm
I
true.
thought Stadia was gonna live forever. I thought it was gonna doing great. I thought it was gonna have games. What happened?
And we just learned, right? Did we just learn?
Yeah,
something
we
with
just
Stadia?
learned that this week. It was announced. It was through some interviews and stuff that's been said that the game The Quarry that just recently came out, which is a horror game similar to it's by Supermassive. They done Until Dawn and all that. So it's a really similar like horror game like that, very story driven. And the game new one, High on Life, which is by the co-creator of Rick and Morty. Both of them was supposed to first come out on Stadia. But then, of course, with Stadia stopping their first party thing last year, there was no way they had to release it, so other companies had to go grab these games.
Ain't that right, huh?
So for The Quarry, 2K grabbed it. And for High on Life, Xbox grabbed it. So Xbox now has an exclusive of
the
that
same
game
company I
on
told
the
you that was
PC.
going to get rid of Stadia is the same company that bought the only first-party title that was supposed to come out for Stadia. And now look, now y'all going to get in a Game Pass day one, which is going to ultimately end up being just an app to download on all your Android TV devices as well as the actual TVs. Not to mention, they already announced a partnership of being on the newest Samsung TVs of all cloud gaming, including Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Don't feel sour. I was right. Don't feel bad.
So it's just funny
I was
because
right. Just follow, and then you'll be hip and you'll be notified properly. Even if there were shady enough reports, I will mention it. Okay? But I even took that shadiness, put two and two together. When AT&T started rocking with Batman Arkham Asylum as a test on desktop, only using the Stadia white glove service, y'all still didn't believe me? Listen, we are boots on the ground, hole in the wall podcast, but we get our answers correct, the predictions almost damn near
And
spot on.
I said this since the beginning.
And I was against it, and he ultimately becomes right, and I'm now backing him up.
Since the beginning.
The white glove service
Since
is
it was
fantastic.
first announced,
And-
I was like, this is not going to work. It's going to fail. No one's going to use it. And man, was I right.
Very ambitious. Very ambitious. Okay? But at the end of the day, it failed. It's no more. They said they had 100 plus games that will release this year. They're not promoting it.
They're not promoting it. There
And
are
most
some,
of them are already out there.
There's still some games coming
years
out,
ago.
but it's like games that we already had, or all the systems have already.
Yep. And they're all like years ago. So I'm sorry. Google will be great with the Stadia technology behind the scenes.
Yeah,
But
do what you gotta do with it. Don't completely lose it, but that's fine. But yeah, you're not Stadia anymore. Use your programming, give it to other people, and have them make use of it.
I just don't like how people are so. They were blinded. Like they were blinded. Like
how
I was
people
realistic.
actually thought this was gonna work, though.
No, they were-
It's way too. It's way too soon to do something like this. Not everything is ready for. We
No,
don't have
it's not even
internet
that.
connections to do things like
no,
this.
we do. We do. But here's the thing. They didn't have that push. They were skeptical, and you could tell. But maybe you're right. Maybe I was like, damn, this could happen because we got this. Maybe I was blinded by what I had and not understanding what the masses didn't have. But that everybody has Chromecast. They have a PC with Chromecast.
We
so
have to
integrated.
remember, we live in cities. We have internet connection that can work with this. What about people who live in like boondocks, who live
Yeah.
in like countries and things?
Yeah.
They don't have internet.
Or
to be
those
able
are
to do
just,
something like
or
that.
just, Xfinity has that monopoly, and then they're having a fixed price, and those that can't afford it can't get that type of,
Exactly.
like,
Because
yeah.
the only way you can play that is through online. You can't play that offline. You can't do that offline.
no.
That's why we're not at that point in our internet that it's able to do that for everyone. Because for systems like that to work, it needs to be appealing to everyone, a big audience, not a select audience that has certain connections that can make this work. Because you're never going to sell that way.
Yep.
Why do you think
He was right
why
the
do you think
first time, so I
consoles
can't.
sell? Because games you don't need to have internet all the time. And remember when Xbox tried to do that? How ugly they
Yep.
got.
The always on demand.
Yeah,
DRM,
remember
yep.
that? And remember how well that went for them?
Yep.
So yeah, that can happen. We're not at that point where we're ready for that yet.
So I just wanted to say it loud and say it again. It is dead. Okay. So another epicness that happened, which I was very excited,
I was super excited.
but I
for
was
this.
still skeptical,
Whatever.
but still excited.
I'm very
And
excited.
that was the
about
Final
this.
Fantasy announcement of what's going to happen during their. It was their 25th anniversary.
It was 25th of Final Fantasy
7.
VII. It was like about a 14-minute.
10.
No.
It was 15, but 5 minutes was the introduction.
Oh, okay. So it was
10
a
minutes.
10-minute. It was a 10-minute little live stream that they did, and yeah, this got me excited. I'm super.
So me
excited.
personally, he's gonna break it down, but I was literally going. I want what I want to see. I want what I want to see, and I got it. But we're not gonna talk about that yet.
So one of the first thing they showed off was the FF7 First Soldier Season 3. You know, the mobile game that they had. They're adding Midgar, they're adding a couple of new weapons and all that. So that was pretty cool. They also showed a new trailer for Ever Crisis, which is the Final Fantasy that's coming to mobiles. That's pretty much tying up all the Final Fantasy stories into one, kind of making it like bite-sized chunks of
Make
what's
it easier to
happening.
understand because I'm still kind of
Exactly.
flustered as to what the hell.
Yeah,
I
'cause
thought
it's
that
all-
came out. And then
No,
I guess
it has
didn't.
not out yet. It's going to have a closed beta later this year.
Okay.
And then another thing that they showed off was some items that they showed off. The one that got me really excited was that digital clock. That digital clock looks so good. It's like literally Cloud's like, huge ass Buster Sword
yeah.
like in the thing, and it's like the clock thing is like right there.
That's good.
It's probably gonna be super expensive because
Yeah,
it looks super detailed.
I got my phone for the alarm. I get it, but again, I didn't want
It's
none of
aesthetics.
merch.
It's aesthetics.
I didn't want none of merch.
And then the other one, before we'll talk about the big one, this was a little surprise that they are doing a remake of Crisis Core. It's coming out for all the systems, PS4, PS5, Xbox, PC, Switch even. It's coming out for like literally everything. And it's a remake of the original Crisis Core that came out for the PSP, which I did enjoy. I know it's not everyone's...
No, this time I'm coming back. Don't worry about it. I just got to check something.
I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, this game. It was definitely more action-oriented than all the other Final Fantasies, but it was a really good game. It was a really good PSP game that I don't think a lot of people played, but it was really good. Loved it personally, and it's getting a remake, and it looks good. It looks really good, and I'm like super excited about this game, honestly.
See, I'm back, guys.
And it's like, okay, and it comes out this winter. So which means it'll come out either later this year or early next year, because, winter time is from November to March. So it'll come out within that day. So it's pretty soonish. And I'm excited for it. I definitely want to play this game again because it's a Final Fantasy side story. I love my Final Fantasy VII. I love my Final Fantasy VII
I
lore.
might get hip to it, but I don't know.
I'm definitely good. But now, let's talk about the big thing that was also announced, which I know you've been
Those
waiting
that follow
for.
and those that know me,
for
every
ever.
single announcement from any company besides obviously the ones that Final Fantasy doesn't associate with, I was waiting for some
Part two. Sony, part two. Every state of play that came out, part two is going to be announced. Is part two going to be announced? Is part two going to be announced?
Yes.
Literally.
Yes, and finally, I got what I needed, but not necessarily what I wanted. I'm being a bit
So
picky.
what do you mean by that?
So-
because obviously it was announced that yes, Final Fantasy Part 2 is a gig, but it's going to be called Rebirth.
As sick as it sounds, I don't know how to say it, but as sick as it sounds, they're going to introduce that part where it all hit us in the feels.
Oh my god, and seeing
The
that
trailer,
in 4K.
she had that in 4K visuals, had the material like this, bro. I'm like,
going,
oh, hell no.
This is
Oh,
going to
hell.
be devastating. And I'm going to be
Tears
seeing
are already
it again.
in my
I'm going
like,
to be seeing this
my
again.
ducts here. I was like, yo, they're about to, oh! I was like, yo. And then when when Cloud's walking and you see Sephiroth appear, I'm like, they're redoing it.
That was the scene where they're doing the back of Calm, like
Yes.
Cloud is explaining all his like.
So
history
it's going to
back then.
continue from where we left off, and obviously, if you're familiar with Final Fantasy VII, they're going to have more of a breakdown of what's the relationship between Cloud and Sephiroth, who is Cloud,
Yep.
which Crisis Core plays that too. So it's like, what's Cloud? What is he a part
Don't
of?
ruin
What
it
is
for
it?
everyone, but
Yeah. It's a whole nother thing, and again, for me, years ago, playing it, I grasped the story, but didn't really understand it, but I still rocked with it. Now all this is happening, I'm like, maybe if I play this and then I get hip to what's happening, it'll be great.
But yeah, Final Fantasy always had a good story in my opinion. I love the story of the game.
It's a great
and
story.
I can't
What?
wait to see what Rebirth is going to do to like add to it. To see what they're going to do to it.
I want to see new stuff, and we were talking about it before.
Yeah.
TikTok family, you checked it out. What we wanted to see, and what could be available. Because think about it. This trailer that we've seen didn't have the weapons.
Well,
Didn't have
remember,
the
this is the first trailer that they show. Because remember, this game does not come out until next winter.
So it could be another trailer to show. Fine.
Exactly. It's got time still.
But we were talking about it. We were discussing that. What do we want to see, or what do you think is going to be shown? New materials, of course.
Yes.
How it's going to look.
There's going to be more fleshed out stories, I'm thinking.
You think so?
A lot more fleshed out. Because, I mean, let's be real. Final Fantasy VII came out in 1997. Not everything was fleshed out the way it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, they could do that. So I'm sure they'll probably flesh out some certain characters.
What
some
about
certain
Barrett's
stories.
friends?
We'll probably see more, maybe.
Cole. Cole, that was his name, I think. Is it Cole?
Is
What?
it Cole or Dole or Dark? Why can't I remember his name?
I got you. Continue. I'll search it.
But anyway, I'm thinking they could probably, go into more detail on certain characters, maybe. And also, go into detail like certain places. I can't wait to see how Cosmo Cannon died.
Dane.
D-Y-N-E is dying.
Dine. All right, so yep.
Died, yes. It could be, go more into detail about Dine and, Barrett.
Oh, I got confused. See, he lived in Coral.
Okay, that's what you got confused.
That's what I thought was cool.
Yeah,
All right,
Coral.
cool.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, man. So it could very well be the case. What I just found out, not found out, but I just realized we didn't see what I thought was going to be another expansion with another character, Vincent. We didn't see any.
So there's no so there's a possibility
that could be after this.
That when Rebirth happens, that'll be Rebirth's extended thing. Because remember, Vincent came out later in the game.
Yep. So it could be very well Vincent could be the expansion,
exactly.
And then part 3 would be the finale. And I would think it would be Sid. If you think about it,
possible.
Sid's very important, apparently. Very important character. He's the one that made the High Wind.
Well, yeah.
So I had it in my head, and you probably seen it many episodes ago. I explained what a great trailer would be, and I think that trailer was meant for part 3 because then you have the High Wind, you have Ultimate Weapon.
Yeah, because remember, this is still very early Disc 1.
Yeah.
Remember, Midgar, you just got out of that, so it's still very early Disc 1. So it's gonna be whatever happens after that, and we don't know when they're gonna stop because they also officially announced that this is gonna be a trilogy.
Yep.
We don't have the title of the third one yet, but so that means like where are they going to stop in order to see like the rest of it on part 3?
And my thing is, when you live in Midgar, it is Diamond Weapon. So when you leave Midgar, it is Diamond Weapon. Once you beat, then you're out. I think that's gonna be the last boss at Rebirth.
That would make sense.
So Rebirth would be. So the last boss is going to be Diamond Weapon. What do you think?
I can see that.
Because it ain't Sephiroth.
Yeah, because I know. Because what I'm thinking is, it definitely has to be either at or before the weapons show up, so we can make sure we have some stuff for Disc 3. I mean, for part 3.
We won't even see. We don't see Ultimate Weapon. I don't even think Ultimate Weapon was after, right? Wasn't like near, or wasn't like in the middle of part 2, like. Disc 2 wasn't in the middle of Disc 2, and then in part 3 you had to hunt for the Ultimate Weapon for you to get the actual Ultimate Weapon.
I thought Disc 3 was. Yeah, there was no Ultimate Weapon because remember at the end of Disc 2, that's when you defeated all the weapons and stuff, and then Disc 3 is when you start going into the.
Nope.
I thought that
Part
was.
1 is all Midgar. When you beat Diamond Weapon, you end up going to part 2. It's like the last boss to go to part 2. Part 2, you're going to Medill when he's on the fucking wheelchair and shit.
Oh, that was.
And you fight Ultimate Weapon for the last time.
Oh, yeah, that was that. Okay, yeah, I get confused.
And I think part 2 is when you go and you fly. Yeah. So part 2, the only weapon you get part 1 Diamond Weapon, part 2 Ultimate Weapon, because then you have to.
And then, of
beat
course,
them,
it's a side
and then you have to find them 5 times.
Which I wonder if they're going to have, like, Ruby or Emerald.
And then part 3, the trilogy will have the last 2. Because the Emerald's the hardest one, and Ruby's
also a hard one.
It's a hard one, but I beat it. So at least you could beat it.
Well,
Emerald,
yeah.
I don't know how people beat Emerald. Emerald pisses you off. You have no time. He hits you with 7 things, drains your HP to 1. MP's gone. You're nothing.
There's a certain way to
There is a
him,
way. It's Demi 4, Demi 8 with all, so you do it 16 times or some shit like that. So it's 999.
And you can't have that much materials because if you have too much materials, he kills you with
for
one
every
hit.
1,000. Every material is 1,000. So
Yep.
if you get 999 maxed, if you got 9 materials, he gonna hit you with that. You're
Exactly.
dead. Like, it sucks.
It's like it's a
terrible.
certain thing you have to like do in
terrible.
order to
Terrible. But yeah. So that's what I think. Part 2, last boss, Diamond Weapon, which would be epic because he's dangerous. Like he's coming in the water, just fucking
See how
they
that's
come
gonna
through,
look like
and then as soon as he gets
4K
there,
and
wow,
all
what?
that.
And then he loads up.
Like I said, there's some places in that game that I definitely can't wait to see how it looks.
We
like
discussed
slowly.
Bahamut, right?
The Bahamas.
In Final Fantasy VII, there's 3 Bahamuts, but we would only see 2 because we already seen the first one.
Yeah.
As
and
a
then,
training.
And then there's Neo Bahamut and there's Bahamut Zero.
Yep. I don't think we will see Bahamut 0.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a third
But
one.
Neo Bahamut does look good, and I think it will be shown off. Maybe.
We'll see.
it's just one of those things where it's like, this is fantastic, but I was way ahead. I was like, I want all the weapons. I want it all, you know?
You can't. You have to remember this in 3 parts. And they
know,
have to have
man.
something for disc 3. I mean, for
know.
part 3. I keep calling it disc 3, but it's like part 3.
I know, 1997, man. Years
Yeah.
ago. That was so great. But yes, it was fantastic. I finally got what I wanted. Okay? I wanted a longer trailer, but, you know, it's going to show more of the Sephiroth, more of the story behind, you know, Cloud and whatnot and his mission and all that stuff, so.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm excited for it. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty good for, you know, for a little showing. It was pretty good.
It was good. For 10 minutes, it was pretty good. All right, so now we're going to go into some news.
Good old.
Why not, right? If
Yeah.
it ain't Activision, it's Blizzard. And if it's Blizzard, then it's Activision. It's
Good old
another
Activision. So what do
Blizzard.
you want to talk about first?
So first of all, some news came out on top of what we were going to talk about today. Because
Yeah.
we had one topic, then something happened after that. So let's go ahead and talk about initially why is it listed.
So,
Damn Activision, y'all.
you know, I'm sure you guys already know exactly what Activision is going through, all that right now. Activision Blizzard, you know, hated company
Pending the
right
acquisition
now.
of Microsoft, but they're going through it. They get beat the hell down. It's hilarious.
So now they decided, decided that they cleared itself of any issues. They said that nothing happened, that all the stuff that's happening is blown way out of proportion,
It's only the
and
one
they feel like
percenters.
they are getting attacked by the internet and unfairly criticized.
Unfairly criticized.
I was so angry when I was reading this whole thing. It's like, oh my god, it got me so
Unfairly
angry.
criticized. Okay, but we're not gonna talk about the body that cost them. Like how it's so.
It's like, so pretty much they were like, they had their whole team. It was led by a 25-year veteran of Activision. You know, someone who's been working for Activision for 25 years, was in charge of the whole investigation.
Oh,
yeah, you know,
my
not
God.
suspect at all. You know, very fair. And they said that there's no systematic issue with harassment, discrimination, or retaliation at any point. No evidence of it.
They had a whole lawsuit investigated by a third party, and they're gonna say that they didn't find any issue. Oh, it's literally they're trying to organize some form of like allegiance and say we're just being hurt and abused verbally by the internet. We're getting dragged because of something that only happened to the 1%ers.
They said, like, they wrote to the Workplace Responsibility Committee, wrote to the shareholders on the 16th that nothing was wrong, while there were some substantial issues with some gender harassment. Yeah, just some gender harassment.
Some gender harassment.
That's it.
How
Everything
sugarcoated
else
is that,
was
by the
not
way?
like literally like, oh my god, like, are we kidding me? We literally had what, a 5-year thing. How long was that other one?
3-year
3-year
investigation that's been going on
where they
for
had
years.
everything going on, interviews and everything. And they said with these, the way they got to this point that they're at right now is because they interviewed past workers and current workers working for Activision. Themselves were pretty much interviewing themselves.
They cherry picked.
Oh yeah, they probably picked the people who were like, you know, all gone ho for everything. So they probably picked those exact people.
They
to
probably
interview.
chose the same people that were doing the crawling in the crawl spaces and harassing the other women.
Oh, I'm sure that's exactly what they were interviewing. We're not dumb. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, no, that is no way that this was. This is why when things like this happen, third parties are supposed to do this because it's supposed to be unbiased.
Yep.
You're supposed to be able to not have any like take or any part of what's happening right now, because if you are doing it yourself, of course you're not going to incriminate yourself.
Yeah, why-
Of course not.
It's
You
in
want
your
to say
best
like
interest to
nothing.
get yourself in trouble? No.
Exactly. No, that's why a third party has to do it, because they have to figure out blindly, like figure out with all
They
like
literally
the
try to play the
evidences.
victim.
They were literally playing victim. They were saying they were unfairly attacked. That's what it's like when they said they were unfairly attacked. Even though with all the things that has been done with evidence and proof of everything.
Including unfortunately, one loss of life.
Exactly.
Because of this harassment. Are you serious?
And you're saying that you are innocent, that you had nothing to do with this. Bullshit.
And I'm gonna tell you something too.
Straight up.
And on top of that, we just found out that there is a report that shareholders loved that came out in February. That now they voted. All the stockholders, shareholders voted.
You know, the ones who actually own parts of the company and actually want that company to do well.
And to grow and to not
And to
have
grow.
all this dirt.
Exactly.
They went ahead, okay? They went ahead and approved a vote to allow this report to come out every year. And I'm going to, I was going to say perplex it. I'm going to, paraphrase. I'm going to just jot what the report should show. They said that we want a report that shows how much sexual harassment issues or discrimination has been tolerated, what you have done to remedy the situation, what is the time frame, what are the dates, and any other active investigation that we don't know of.
And what did Activision say to that?
And Activision took it. Mind you, this is not non-binding, so they don't have to necessarily listen. But they said, I'll consider it.
They'll consider it.
I'll
With everything that's going on,
I'll consider
especially
it.
with the deal that's still not finalized yet.
Yep.
I'll consider it.
Oh,
I'll consider
it's
it.
fine. Y'all
With
voted.
everything going
I'll
on
consider
for over a year now. I'll consider it.
Activision, you should be ashamed of yourselves, yo.
It's
The
like,
whole
are you kidding
Whoever
me?
is, they're so bold.
Like I said, when I was reading this, I was just like, how are you this bold? With everything going on right now, with everything that you had gone through for like a year, how are you this bold in doing this?
I'm going to tell you something. If again, because I own a PlayStation 5 and not Xbox, but I do have Game Pass Ultimate, I'm going to say this. I hope this Microsoft deal falls through. I hope it no longer becomes... I hope the DOJ...
I'm just letting you know,
Throws us
this
down.
is definitely solidifying me not touching an Activision Blizzard game. I'm just letting you know that right now.
It is so shady, dude. It is so shady. I hope that this Microsoft deal falls through and Activision shares plummet and they have to be sold or they have to sell off their studios.
Yeah, give the
They shouldn't
games. Give
even-
the games to someone who can actually do stuff. That's not
Give the Call of Duty franchise
riddled
to
with
EA.
all this type of shit.
Or
with
give it
them.
to Sony or something because to be honest with you, for them to say that, oh no, we're the victim because you guys are just making it worse than it actually is. And then they're going to, instead of being honest and releasing their report every year, they're going to say, oh, we'll consider it. Because damn well that report is the reason why they're going all through all this bullshit.
Exactly.
After the actual lawsuit.
because like I said, they were doing the interviews and all that, and then of course when other people were asking like how did the interviews go, they would not answer any of the questions. It's like, are you kidding me? The whole point of doing an investigation is to be transparent with everything, and doing your own investigation on your own damn company is not transparent at all.
It's terrible.
Oh,
The fight's fixed. Kangaroo Court. Fight's fixed.
it's
Fight's
like,
fixed for Activision Blizzard.
do you actually like this? Literally, this thing, they could literally have done nothing and it would have made them look better. But doing what they did now just made them look so much worse.
So scummy.
So much worse.
So
It's like
scummy.
you are literally scum right now.
Yep.
And I already thought that of you already, and now you just made it like so much worse.
Very, very, very scummy.
I'm sorry, that was like a big rant right there.
No,
That was
it's
just
dude. It's not good.
It's not. It was like they were like, I had the gallstone to do that. That's why I'm just like still like up in arms
am
on that.
baffled.
The gallstone to do that. Say your own investigation, not biased at all apparently, and you think you get yourself out of here scot-free. And you think you're going to look good. You think that, we'll forgive you. We'll forgive you. You think the people are going to say that. No. Now everyone just looks at you like you're the dumbest shits in the world right now.
It's terrible.
Okay.
So,
What's next?
what news do we have? Because I don't think we have any other news. I
That's
think
it.
it's kinda light.
That was
It
pretty
is.
much. It was, like I said, it was going to be a light week
It's
this
a lightweight.
week.
So I'm looking at some breaking
But yeah,
news.
see
We
if there's
already
anything.
included some breaking news for the Activision Blizzard because the fact that they're going to sit here and sideline a report that should obviously be the case.
But no, they're gonna think about it.
Yeah.
We'll think about it.
But I think about it, meaning they're not going to do it.
Oh no, they're not gonna do it. When someone says they'll think about it, that's pretty much a no.
Yep.
That's literally what that means.
Here's something that we can talk about. Not really, but Smash Bros. Ultimate fan mod adds Chrono from Chrono Trigger.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
So
I like
maybe
what,
the next Super Smash Bros. Or wherever game.
Yeah, so
Super
there's
Smash,
no more DLC anymore. They
no more
already done with
DLC.
that, yeah.
Maybe they'll include Chrono.
That'll be cool because I loved that game. Chrono Trigger was one of my favorite games growing up. So
That'll be. It's funny how the Final Fantasy VII remake will be a trilogy. We knew that.
oh, I can announce this one. For fans of Dragon Dogmas, everyone, the last game came out 10 years ago. Everyone wanted a sequel to this, and on the Capcom, they just said there was going to be some kind of announcement on the 17th. Well, the 17th came and went, and it's official. They are working on the Dogma 2, and people were excited. They had no details on when it's coming out, anything like that. They said just come out next year. People should be excited. I just wanted to say that because I know some people are fans of that game.
Breaking news here about a couple of hours ago.
What happened?
Destiny 2 cheat makers agreed to pay $13.5 million in damages to end Bungie lawsuit.
Oh, what people who are cheating in the game?
The cheat maker had previously offered Destiny 2 cheating software on its website, leading to a lawsuit.
Oh yeah, we
from the
talked about
Destiny
this.
developer
I
last
remember
year.
that. We talked about this.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, he agreed to pay $13.5 million.
As reported by courtesy of Kotaku, as reported by Turn Freak,
Yeah, I remember
Bungie
that.
has now settled at least one of its many legal battles against sites that makes and distributes cheat software for its popular MMO shooter.
Yeah, I remember we
Destiny
talked
2.
about this.
On June 9th, Elite Boss Tech owner Robert James Duthie Nelson, along with numerous other defendants, agreed that their cheating software adds an unauthorized graphical overlay in games that inject third-party code into Bungie's copyrighted code, which constitutes an unauthorized derivative work. Further, Elite Boss Tech agreed that its cheat software circumvented specific technological measures Bungie created in Destiny 2 to control who could access what in the game, which is a direct violation of DMCA anti-circumvention provisions. The cheat makers also admitted that all of this was done willfully.
Of course. They were making money. Of course.
Okay. Jeez.
Or at least they
Elite
agreed
Boss
to,
Tech
right.
cheating software was apparently downloaded 6,765 times, with each download counting as a separate and infringing circumvention device, which also violates the DMCA's provision against anti-circumvention, multiplying the number of alleged downloads by statutory damages of 2,000 per violation of 17 U.S.C. Code 1201. The defense's legal team arrived at its agreed payment of $13.530.
Jeez. Million.
Jesus, yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Shit.
Apparently, I guess the cheat company made that much money because they were able to pay it, so we'll see.
Wow.
Cheaters never win,
Yeah.
right?
That's,
I don't like when games like that have cheat bots and stuff like that.
Yeah, I never get. I know, never.
Just play the game, man. Just
play
have
the
fun
game,
with other
dude.
people. You
That's
don't
it.
need
Just play
to
the game.
cheat on it.
Nope, you don't need to.
Mods I get, that's fine, but don't cheat the game.
Yeah. Just looking through.
Title
Yeah,
just
I know.
pisses me off. every
Activision
time.
Blizzard clears itself of any wrongdoing. Yeah,
I
say that to the parents that lost their kid. It's terrible. Terrible.
terrible. Terrible.
Oh my God! Here's another damn. Freaking, yo, don't mess with Nintendo, bro. Don't mess with Nintendo.
Them and their property.
Nintendo unleashes lawsuits on YouTube musicians' Metroid covers.
Yeah, they were
Dude,
making.
it's karaoke, man.
Yeah, they were making covers for Metroid, and Nintendo was just not having it. So they copyright struck.
It's like
and-
they listen to it and go, "Nah, it's okay." Sue them, like they don't.
Look at they didn't sue. They just told them to take it. They just took it down. That's all they did. There was no suing.
Halo keeps getting DLC for every game except Halo Infinite.
Yeah, Halo Infinite. What's up with that?
Oh no, man, that's hilarious.
Like, how is other games getting your DLC, but you don't get your own DLC? You wonder. Sorry.
Oh,
You
geez.
wonder, right?
Oh yeah, here's this, which is messed up. Halo Infinite's Juneteenth cosmetic briefly named after ape sparks outcry. Oh
That is
my
awful.
god.
That's
awful. Terrible, dude.
Really?
The one time, man.
You don't like.
There's never a good time for that. But who in their creative mind was in the background? Focus on doing your DLC and instead of putting out a cosmetic and mistakenly dude, not educated. Like, oh, no.
Really, Juneteenth with apes? Really? Like, what thought process you thought that was gonna work?
Right? Like,
what
sir,
process you thought that was gonna work?
Sir.
You don't pay attention to history? You don't remember what they were called back then?
Oh.
Yeah, like, no.
Yeah, that's terrible. Well, I guess that concludes episode Redo 51. Right? Very small, very lightweight. Nothing too heavy.
Nothing
but
too
at the
crazy
same time,
happened.
We reviewed the Final Fantasy VII presentation, which is the Rebirth.
And Activision's
It's
dumb
still
shittery.
scum. And yes, there's still scum. What's happening? Hi, kitten. Okay. Hey, Ram. I don't know what that means, but okay. So that's what else?
Teddy.
What else? Activision. What is it? What?
It's the name.
That's funny. So we you gotta pay attention. Yeah, man, it's been light.
Yeah, it's been pretty light.
It's lightweight. Yeah, he's still learning it.
Yeah.
You're the
I'm
mod person.
I'm still trying to figure
Yeah.
this out.
So we're gonna conclude it real quick here. We are live every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified that we are on, giving you the boots on the ground, news, rants, and IROs, Killer Wisco, Wisp for short.
Outlandish.
And we are here. Hopefully next week it should be better. But we did some great breaking news.
Yeah.
And Activision sucks.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.
shutdown.